The Ethiopian Bible, also known as the Guizi Bible, holds a special place in the spiritual and cultural heritage of Ethiopia, and in recent years, it has garnered attention worldwide for its distinct contents and interpretations. Unlike many other Bibles used in Christian communities, the Ethiopian Bible retains a greater number of ancient texts and presents stories with details that are often omitted in other versions. It is unique for both its content and its perspective, revealing a rich tapestry of biblical narratives that include variations in the story of Adam and Eve, one of the most foundational stories in Judeo-Christian traditions. At the heart of the Ethiopian Bible's rendition of the story of Adam and Eve is a combination of traditional Christian beliefs and ancient Jewish and African traditions. This unique perspective allows for a different approach to understanding humanity's origin and the concepts of sin, redemption, and divine purpose. The Ethiopian Bible reveals dimensions of Adam and Eve's narrative that may seem familiar yet hold profound differences, both in detail and in the underlying messages they carry. These differences not only impact theological interpretations, but also offer insights into how early Ethiopian Christianity saw humanity's place in the cosmos. The Ethiopian Bible's account of Adam and Eve takes us into a story of creation that includes themes of divine mystery, free will, and cosmic significance, and it begins with a distinct portrayal of creation itself. In the Ethiopian tradition, God's creation of the heavens and the earth is filled with intricate, poetic details that emphasize both the orderliness and the majesty of the act. God creates the world with careful, deliberate intent, and when he forms Adam from the dust of the earth, he breathes into him a spirit that binds him not only to the Creator but to all of creation. Adam's soul is depicted not as a separate element, but as something that unites him with the cosmos, a deeply spiritual concept that gives him an inherent connection to all life. When God creates Eve, the Ethiopian Bible maintains the basic narrative of her creation from Adam's rib, but here, the significance goes beyond her origin from Adam's body. In this context, Eve is a partner not just in Adam's humanity but in his cosmic purpose. She is created with a purpose parallel to Adam's, an inseparable counterpart who embodies wisdom, beauty, and divine purpose. The Ethiopian Bible emphasizes Eve's strength, portraying her not merely as a companion, but as an essential half of the divine image, reflecting God's beauty and grace in her own right. This emphasis on Eve's partnership in creation highlights the equality and complementarity of the two, reinforcing that Adam and Eve were made as a unified representation of humanity. One of the most distinctive elements in the Ethiopian Bible story of Adam and Eve is the setting of the Garden of Eden, which is described with more vivid details. The Ethiopian scriptures often emphasize the richness and sanctity of Eden, portraying it as an elevated paradise on earth. Eden is depicted as a holy place, a divine garden where humans exist in a state of harmony with God and all of creation. This garden is not only a setting for human life, but also a sacred space filled with divine presence and mystery. God's presence in the garden is described in ways that suggest an intimacy with his creation, a closeness that is cherished by both Adam and Eve. In this setting, Adam and Eve are given not just a command to avoid the forbidden fruit, but are entrusted with the knowledge and responsibility of maintaining the divine harmony of the garden. This sense of responsibility gives Adam and Eve a profound sense of purpose, as they are depicted as stewards and caretakers of all that is around them. The concept of original sin in the Ethiopian Bible, therefore, has a unique dimension, as the transgression of Adam and Eve is seen not only as an act of disobedience but also as a break in their sacred duty to the world. By succumbing to temptation, they breach the trust God placed in them to maintain the balance and purity of Eden. In terms of the temptation itself, the Ethiopian Bible offers a version of events that places significant emphasis on the serpent's role. The serpent is portrayed as a cunning and manipulative being, whose allure is more than just a temptation to eat forbidden fruit. In the Ethiopian tradition, the serpent is seen as a symbol of disruption and deceit, an entity that actively seeks to sever the relationship between God and humanity. This depiction reinforces the notion that the serpent was not merely an agent of temptation, but a disruptive force intent on destabilizing God's harmony. The serpent's role in the Ethiopian Bible serves as a reminder of the existence of evil as a pervasive threat, and of the importance of vigilance and faith in resisting it. The fall of Adam and Eve is given a nuanced interpretation in the Ethiopian tradition. Rather than merely an act of disobedience, their consumption of the forbidden fruit is portrayed as a profound and tragic loss of spiritual vision. Before eating the fruit, Adam and Eve are said to see creation as God intended, with a sense of spiritual clarity that allowed them to recognize God's presence in all things. This clarity, however, is clouded by their choice to eat the fruit, resulting in an alteration of their spiritual perception. Their eyes were opened, as the scriptures say, but this opening was not a revelation of divine wisdom but a loss of divine innocence. They could now see their vulnerability, their nakedness, and their separation from God, ushering in an era of spiritual blindness and distance from the Creator. The Ethiopian Bible also differs in its description of Adam and Eve's lives after their expulsion from Eden. After the fall, Adam and Eve embark on a journey of repentance and spiritual growth. In the Ethiopian tradition, they experience the hardships of a fallen world with resilience, offering prayers of contrition and hope for redemption. This period of penance is extended and intense, a reminder that they did not simply suffer the consequences of their actions, but actively sought forgiveness and reunion with God. This journey of repentance is viewed not only as a punishment but as a period of learning and transformation. Adam and Eve's story thus becomes one of resilience, illustrating that even in the face of human failings, redemption is always possible. One particularly powerful element of the Ethiopian Bible's portrayal of Adam and Eve's post-Eden lives is the presence of an overarching divine mercy. Despite the grave consequences of their actions, God does not abandon them. Instead, He provides for their needs, clothing them and ensuring their survival outside Eden. This divine mercy is a recurring theme in the Ethiopian Bible, portraying God as a compassionate and forgiving presence. This dimension highlights the idea that God's relationship with humanity is one of continuous care and love, even when humanity falters. The Ethiopian Bible also speaks to the generational legacy of Adam and Eve's choices, portraying their descendants as inheritors of both their brokenness and their hope for redemption. The lineage of humanity is depicted as a continuous line of struggle and resilience, bound to the choices made in Eden but never completely forsaken by God. This lineage is a reminder of the interconnectedness of all human beings, as descendants of the same ancestors who once walked in the garden. The Ethiopian tradition portrays humanity not as a race condemned by original sin, but as a people on a shared journey of spiritual growth and understanding. Through its unique interpretation of the story of Adam and Eve, the Ethiopian Bible offers a vision of humanity that is complex and deeply spiritual. Adam and Eve are not merely the first sinners. They are archetypes of human potential and vulnerability, of divine trust and the consequences of betrayal, but also of the unwavering mercy of a loving Creator. Their story is one that encompasses both human weakness and divine compassion, serving as a model of both caution and hope for all who follow in their footsteps. The Ethiopian Bible thus presents the story of Adam and Eve as a tale not just of loss but of transformation, offering insights into a divine purpose that endures beyond Eden. The legacy of Adam and Eve, as understood in this tradition, is one of continual striving toward God, a journey shaped by both fall and redemption, distance and reunion. Their story, told through the rich spiritual and cultural lens of the Ethiopian Bible, is one that resonates with timeless lessons for humanity, revealing the profound mystery of God's love and the eternal bond that ties Creator and creation together, even when that bond is tested by the trials of human choice.